This is how you do a front foot elevated deep split squat, popularized by knees over toes guy. And people will call this an ass to grass split squat, many different names. But you want to, a big part of this is elevating the heel. And they make slant boards for that, which are really nice. If you don't have a slant board, that's just fine. We just use a maybe 10-pound plate, maybe a 25, but something to elevate your heel, and your toe should be lower than your heel here. What that does is it allows you to be still stable while you can get down really low and bring your butt to your heel. Get really low on this front foot. Two kind of big things to think about with this. One, think about even from the first start of the movement, pushing the knee forward over the toe. Really trying to push this knee forward over the toe, getting down low. And the other thing to think about is reaching through your back hip, almost like flexing this butt cheek over on the other side and trying to keep the knee off the ground. Now for most people, if you're not super flexible through the hips, it's gonna be pretty tough to keep that back knee off the ground. And that's why I have this bigger plate underneath the smaller plate. It gives you a little bit more clearance so that you can go to that in range of motion without that knee hitting the ground. Now that's not necessary. If you have great flexibility through the hips, then you can go no plate and just try to keep that back knee off the ground while still not limiting yourself on that front foot, making sure you still get down low on that one. Now, there's different ways to scale this to any ability level. One way that you can is by putting your front foot up on something higher. So getting that up to a higher surface. Imagine I have the plate here, but this still elevating the heel. This can make it quite a bit easier, setting that front foot up higher. One way that I like to do it is if you have a set of gymnastic rings or anything really, you can use chairs, boxes, anything. Just using the hands to assist a little bit. So you can still get that heavier resistance through the range where you can, but then maybe towards the bottom, especially if you have a little bit stickier knees, you know, maybe you're good like strength-wise through this top range, but you just need a little bit of help from the hands to get that good stretch at the bottom. And do make sure you are stretching through that back hip and getting this in range of motion here. When you drive up, still think about trying to stretch through that back hip. Think about keeping that knee forward and driving vertically up out of the bottom. So it's not getting to here and then sitting back into the back leg. So here, driving the knee forward, getting down low to that in range of motion. And you'll find here that at the bottom, usually on your first rep, maybe you're a little bit off. So you gotta find your distance, wiggle that back foot back or forward, and then you find your spot right there. Driving vertically out of the bottom. Once these get a little easier for you, you can add weight. A very simple way to do that is with dumbbells in the hands, but I really like a barbell on the back. Because with the dumbbells in the hands, it's easy to kind of pop the hips up here without lifting the weight. But with a barbell, that's going to, if you push those hips up and back, you're gonna feel that weight being out of position. So that's a good cue to drive vertically out of the bottom. So that is a front foot elevated deep split squat.